commercial real estate.
Yeah. So you're not worried about it because we've heard now, horror stories for ever since COVID, right? About how these leases are going to become due. No one's going to fill the place.
So I have a buddy who, without outing him, Wharton classmate of mine, worked at one of the largest and most famous REITs of all time, then went and started a business for one of the largest real estate business for one of the largest brokerages, then founded the real estate business at another one of the most famous hedge funds of all time, and has his own business. He deploys, I don't know, 15, 20 billion. So I go to him, he sees everything. And this is what he said. He goes, there's two things to consider. The first is that commercial real estate is a very big market. We all like to think of commercial real estate and think of class A, B, and C office buildings in urban and suburban markets. Well, while those are very high profile, that's only about 15, 20% of the total market. There's warehouses, there's all kinds of other office space. There's all these different things. So his point is, it looks really, again, sexy when this building that sold for 200 million sells for, or your 500 million sells for 200 million, but in aggregate, it's a small part of the market. But this other point is the more important one, and much more important, is I think sometimes people with a short bias, and I was, by the way, I spent 70% of my time on the short side when I was a professional money manager. They forget that there's other people on the other side of the equation who don't want the outcome. So who doesn't want all this real estate to go upside down?
Joe Biden.
The people who made the loans, the banks. They have no interest in doing it. Do you know who else doesn't want it to happen? The bank regulators. You know who else doesn't want to have it happen? The Fed. So we have and you know who else doesn't want to have it happen? The people who own the damn buildings. Yeah. So, this isn't Carl Icahn corporate finance that the banks are sitting there and can't wait to get these buildings. It's exactly the opposite. And, we forget that there's a group of people out there, that everyone involved in this process, that doesn't want it to happen. So, I think that unless it has such momentum, the housing crisis in 2008, where there was no one to stop it, there was no one on the other side too, that could say, oh, I'm just not going to collect these. This is a much different market. So are there issues? Are they real? Absolutely. Are they likely to be what takes the market down? I don't think they are.